Hey guys, SeanB, and today I'm back into my beginner accounts because in the previous updates, I think the biggest winner is actually the beginner player. So one of the small line in this update is actually the Gb12 nerf. They nerf a bit of Gb12 stats here and there. The defense of monster from Gb12 has been reduced greatly. So this whole nerf thing is good for both beginner player as well as endgame player looking to make their Gb12 team much better. They nerfed the resistance of the mid boss. So right now you can actually reduce the accuracy of most of your unit or all your unit in Gb12 down to around 55 accuracy. And that allowed me to make my unit much tankier, allow them to survive in Gb12 much better. And I have made a new addition to the team, which is going to be Lupinus. Yes, I said the word. So one of the biggest recommendations for me in this dungeon is actually using the water homunculus, because the water homunculus has 3 AoE skill in the skill set, and each one of them can potentially control the trash wave, which is the most important thing. Skill 1 can freeze, and it is very similar to having a despair set, and this skill can absorb attack bar, and you can also use this skill to freeze, which is good. But getting to the homunculus as a beginner player can be a very daunting challenge, especially for those who don't really know what they are doing. So I needed something similar, and there's not really anything similar to that unit except for the Wind Magic Knight. Her skill 1 can slow the enemy, skill 3 can absorb attack bar, skill 2 is very meaningless, but the good thing is the cooldown is quite long, so most of the time she'll be using skill 1 and skill 3, which are both AoE skill, which means she'll be amazing on Despair rune. Every time she moves, she can potentially stun the enemy. So I have her on Despair, speed, crit rate, and accuracy. The optimal build would probably be speed, crit damage, attack, but of course beggar can't be choosers, and the only reason I can build this is somehow I get probably the best Despair rune I've ever gotten in my entire Summoner's War career. In my main account, I don't have a single Despair slot 5 that has more than 22 speed after grinds. Okay, this is the fastest Despair rune I've ever seen for myself in my 7-8 years of playing Summoner's War. It's just crazy. So now she's on Despair. Of course, you might not have her fast enough like this, but I think faster than the wave is already more than enough. She needs to move to perform her AoE skill, potentially stun the trash wave, which is very, very important. I used up my Wind Dryad at max accuracy, but now I can actually use a HP rune. And now she will survive much better. She can take probably 3 to 4 hits from the crystal of the trash wave, which is the most important thing to survive in the whole thing. And this one is on triple shield. I was planning to 6-star my second Wind Dryad, but I will probably not do that anymore because my run has been very consistent. Then my Sath is now the fastest unit in the run. After testing out all different kind of combination, I find having the Fire Grim Ripper moving first in the team is the best because he'll put continuous damage with his AoE skill. That will allow the Wind Dryad to put more continuous damage to the enemy when there's continuous damage on them because of the passive. So having this unit moving first is the most crucial. And then these 2 units move, and then the tattoo move. You would want Lupinus to move as often as possible, so just try to get her on high speed so that she can lap the enemy and try to despair them. Tattoo is just fast enough to move after Mellia as well as Sath, and you are good to go. So far I've done about 40, I think 50 runs by now, and I haven't seen a single fail yet. I'm pretty sure it's gonna fail at some point due to bad RNG. I don't stun a single unit, but so far this is the best record I have had with Gb12. In the past, I cannot go a single 10 run without failing, but with Lupinus, Despair stun, and having the better speed tuning, I think it's the better speed tuning, it is now pretty safe. So in this run, right, if she use skill 3, she can absorb attack bar, make it much better. If she use skill 1 and put slow and stun on any of these, I win immediately. So the most important thing is I can't allow all of them to move. If both the crystal move and do damage, I'm dead. If the golem, all 3 of them move and freeze my unit, I'm dead. But with the disruption of despair coming out from Lupinus, the run has been very, very consistent. It is not exactly very fast, I gotta admit, but I think consistency is very important for early game player. And the best part is that Lupinus is actually a fusion monster. Okay, wrong tower. She's actually a fusion monster and she can be used toward order fusion, the bigger fusion. In the long run, realistically, you will not use this unit anymore because she's not really that amazing in any department. You replace her in the team with Lucian for clearing trash wave, and you will not ever need her in any other PvP content. So you can further use her to fuse the Baliger for your R5. So I think Lupinus is a pretty good investment for most early game player. A very simple unit to build. You don't have to build her with damage or anything because most of the damage in this dungeon will be done by the continuous damage from the Mellia. So Lupinus has just been the best thing ever and I love it so much. And also, they have reduced the cost for buying scroll in every shop. But in the Glory shop and the Guild shop, you'll be busy buying stuff that you need, like Devilmon, like upgrading speed towers. And in the Guild shop, you will need to buy this guy every single week. And if you are in a farming guild or you are freeloading in a strong guild, you won't have a lot of excessive points. And you'll need to buy other stuff as well, like Ifrit, maybe some of the pieces here, and maybe Guild Tower, so you won't be buying scroll. But the scroll in World Arena has become super cheap. And as you can see right here, I have 490 RTA points. I did some RTA, and I didn't win a whole lot. I lost a lot, but I won some, but the achievement was amazing. So with this, I can buy how many scrolls? 20 something scroll. And to early game player, you need to summon to get fodder, to get potential strong 4-star unit, to get fusion material, to get a lot of stuff. And in RTA, there's nothing that you need to buy. Okay, you don't really need to buy any of this, but the scrolls, the LD, the legendary, this shop is just amazing. It is so cheap now, and any early game beginner player can just do RTA to get achievement. Let me repeat, it is very, very, very easy to get the season achievement, and there are many of them. Okay, like if you get to Fighter 2, you get 100. That's like 4 scrolls, and all these are free to get. If I can do RTA to Fighter 1, you can too. There's a separate video where I did my RTA session, and in that video, I actually was going to give up doing GB12 altogether. I felt kind of depressed, and suddenly, Lupinus came to my mind, and she saved my GB12 progression, and I'm very, very, very happy about it. And now I can just start farming GB12 and keep farming GB12, get better Swift Rune, and farm RTA for scrolls. And it's actually quite amazing. So the early game journey hasn't been the fastest progression series. I'm sorry about that. Haven't been doing my absolute best. But I gotta say, I think we are moving at a decent pace. And it's easier to follow and not just going absolutely crazy and progress like a madman. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I do need a Bastet though. Can I get a Bastet, please? So not sure if there are any new player in the comment section, and if you're enjoying the content. I know the end game player, they're just watching this. I don't even know if they're watching this. They probably put it on the second monitor and let SeanB just blah 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 for like 10 minutes, and that's about it. But if you're learning something from this, let me know in the comment section down below, and I really appreciate you watching. So I'll just be spamming GB12. I'm on my way to finish the TOA hard, but I want to do TOA when there's free TOA, because free-to-play account, gotta save energy in crystal as much as I can. I'm quite happy by the fact that my crystal count is pretty healthy, maybe because my farming team is just slow as fuck. But that's my progression for now, guys. It has been about 30 days. I do take some breaks in between. I don't want to go too crazy and burn out like the account I did before. So probably about 30 days of playtime and GB12 done. And yeah, that's about it for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, a little bit of update, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.